Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are inside of the 2017 Volkswagen GTI. I'm currently in first gear. I have the vehicle in the sport mode, and we're basically just going to do a quick drive of this vehicle. Going to go ahead and step on the gas here, going downhill, so it does have a little bit of power. And wow, okay, so we just tripped gears, of course. Now that's 210 horsepower I'm dealing with and 258 pound-feet of torque. And this thing, I'm doing some turns right now, right off the bat, and this thing is definitely a little rocky to me. And I feel like just from doing some of these first accelerations and taking some of these first turns, you can really push this car to its limits. And you're I'm not any type of professional race car driver. Like I said, I mean, just really throwing you guys straight into the a review of this car right off the bat, just hitting all these turns right then and there. And definitely a quick car. It's not the fastest thing ever. I would guess, if I were to just guessing off the power numbers, 210 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, and just doing that pull that I did, even going downhill there, I'd guess 0 to 60 for this car is probably in mid 6-second range or high 6s, something like that, depending on where you are in elevation and stuff like that. So it's not the fastest thing ever, but it is definitely a fast little car. Definitely when talking about driving this car, the actual transmission of this thing with the 6-speed manual that I have right here, definitely an easy to drive car. The clutch is very easy to grab. Honestly, overall, I would definitely say that this car is something that you would probably want to look into getting for probably someone around my age. So I am 19 years old, and you probably want to get some car like this to a 19-year-old. Say if you're a parent trying to buy a car, if you're a 19-year-old, somewhere around that, trying to buy your first car, this is definitely a car that you should probably look into. And just cruising here right now at around 40 miles an hour in 6th gear, this car definitely is a fuel efficient vehicle. It gets around 31 miles to the gallon highway, and definitely, like I said, a little quick car when I was doing all those accelerations and turning. Definitely had some really flat handling characteristics. Like I said, I feel like I could really push the car almost to its limit or really close to its limit, which is really nice because it doesn't really have that much power, so you can really get there and really feel what the car can do and whatnot. I definitely do feel like this is probably a vehicle that would be perfect for around someone who's my age. So like most of you guys know, if you're new to the channel, then you may not know, but I personally am actually in school right now, so I do have to do move my stuff when I move into my dorm or whatnot when that time of the year comes around, which is actually right around now. So you definitely do have a lot of room in the trunk and back seat. And just actually speaking about the interior storage and just speaking about the overall interior of this vehicle in general, it is definitely interesting. At first when I first saw the cloth seats, I was like, that's kind of ugly, I'm not really a fan of it. But while really sitting inside of the vehicle, I definitely actually am coming to like it more. It does have a very youthful vibe. And I mean, when I say that, I'm really saying that the car is not really boring. It definitely is designed for someone, like I said, who's younger and whatnot. Like I said, with all the driving mechanics earlier, just driving it easy to drive, 6-speed manual transmission that you have here. And he also made sure that when they were designing this car, that the interior of the vehicle is also very youthful and whatnot. So I definitely do like the vibe that you get from the seats, or just the stitching on the actual seats. And these actual seats are holding me in pretty nice. They do have some very nice bolstering. It's a nice little sporty and kind of fun environment to really be in, like I already said. And then just driving the car like I already did a second ago, just this is definitely a freaking rocket. So you do have a nice little package here for someone who's around my age. So we're going to go ahead and get onto the power yet again here, starting in first gear, and it's torque steer, and it definitely just chirps really hard. And you do feel some torque steer, definitely some torque steer going into second gear, especially when I was going to the third right there a second ago. And like I said, not the fastest car in the world. I've already said, I feel like this is mid 6-second range, but definitely a little rocky just going around these turns right here, and just really hearing that turbo. You can kind of hear it spool up and whatnot, just really get going in the higher RPMs. It definitely is nice to rev this thing out. It definitely does like to be revved out. Just drop down to second and just really getting into it. And it just really is a fast little rocket for you. I mean, you almost don't realize how fast you're going, but it's not like you're doing ludicrous speeds to where like you're breaking the speed limit right then and there. You can really use all the power that's in this car, and that's really hard to find nowadays with so many cars. And don't get me wrong, Hellcats and stuff like that, high powered cars are so big right now. But it is just nice to have a little car that you can actually use all the power without getting in trouble on the road nowadays. Definitely an interesting experience, and yet again, just getting under the power, little definitely fun. And like I said, just really flat handling. We're gonna go ahead and downshift here again, third. This thing definitely has to be revved out. Gonna go ahead and give it a second then. Ooh, shifter. That's one thing I will note real quick, that the throws in here are pretty long, so I feel like if you did buy this car, you probably want to get a short throw shifter, and definitely make it a little bit more notchy, because I was trying to go into third and I missed it there. But you know, also could have just been me bad driving. But and just thinking about it here, I also actually have driven a Volkswagen GTI before. I do have a review on my channel. I'll put the link in the description of a Volkswagen GTI that was actually straight from Germany, and it was tuned by APR Performance. So this thing, like I said earlier in the video, is making around 210 horsepower, and the one I was driving in that video was making around 270 horsepower. So you know, about a 60 horsepower difference, and you know, you can definitely feel it. But like I said, this thing is still a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video for you guys. You know, if you like this video, definitely drop a like on the video. You know, comment down below what hot hatch you would get if you had the option to. I still have not personally driven the Focus ST or anything like that, so you know, it is something that I definitely do want to get done. So go ahead, drop a comment and tell me what you guys would get. Like I said, if you like the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in another video. We'll be right back.